Welcome back to Trojan Sports Now, and with us this week we have somebody who you may not be familiar with, but he's hoping to bring you out to the game this weekend, and our guest this week is Rhett Griffith with Operation 30,000, and Rhett, thank you for joining us this week.
Thank you.
Well, Rhett, Operation 30,000, people may want to know what that is. What exactly is it?
Operation 30,000 is a student and alumni-based group, and our main goal here is to get more buzz and excitement around campus so we can put 30,000 people in the stands, and not just campus really, but places like Montgomery and Dothan where we have a lot of alumni.
Now, people may say, why 30,000? And I think it's a pretty simple answer, but why 30,000?
Well, stadium capacity is 30,000, so that would be a sellout. Exactly.
And Troy has never had a sellout, if I'm correct, right?
Right. Troy may have had a sellout in their 1AA days when stadium capacity was 5,000.
Right.
15,000, stuff like that. But we've got 2003 or 2004, we upgraded the stadium to 30,000 seats.
And since
we've
then,
never had a sellout.
Since then, never had a sellout. I think the biggest crowd would probably be Missouri.
Yeah, Missouri, Oklahoma State, the two of those were around 25, 26, 27,000.
But we're hoping for 30,000 for this weekend for Louisiana Lafayette.
Yes.
And how did this idea come about?
Myself and a guy named Cliff Lusk, who is a sophomore trumpet player in the band, we're walking around the new, beautiful Trojan Arena. You'd agree with that, right?
Yeah.
It's very nice. And we got to thinking about what can we do with football too. Troy's doing big things with basketball with that, and we've got the new turf for football. We've got the new field house is going to be built in a couple years, and so we've got a pretty good product on the field. Blakeney's done a really, really great job with that, and I think in a lot of ways it's surpassed what Troy University can do from a fan support system. It's the football team, the program has grown so fast. So basically what we're trying to do is, since the product is so great, we want to get that excitement in the stands by getting more people in there to match basically where the program's at.
Now, you really want 30,000 for every single game. I mean,
right.
But you decided to promote it for this game particularly. And we've got games against Mississippi State and Navy this year at home. But why Louisiana Lafayette?
Well, there's a lot of reasons, really. Mississippi State and Navy are big-name opponents, right. So people are going to show up to that. Louisiana Lafayette is not as big of a named opponent. It's a Sun Belt team, but it is one of the better Sun Belt teams. They have a great coach. They've got a great program going down there, and it could arguably be the toughest Sun Belt matchup that we play all season. So that first game at home is very, very important, I think.
And Troy also, we lost to him last year. They're on the road. They had a big crowd, I believe 28,000. So topping that here with 30,000, that would be a big thing for Troy.
It would be a big thing. When we went there last year, they had a humongous crowd, and it was one of the loudest crowds that I've seen from a Sun Belt team ever. And what they did is that they came in and we were down almost 24-0 at half. It could have been 17-0. The exact score escapes my mind right now. But the players took that personally, and it's a revenge game for them. We've heard people say that the players say they kind of put a bad taste in their mouth, and they kind of want to come out and play the best they can.
And I believe Troy has been 21-0 in home openers under Larry Blakeney.
Close.
Close, okay.
Blakeney is 21-0. He's never lost one. But Troy has 3 of them before Blakeney got there in a row, so it's 24.
24-0.
Right, and which would go back to when Reagan was in office.
So continuing that streak, it helps having the crowd there, having the atmosphere, having that support behind the Trojans, right?
It does. It's essentially the 12th man. You've got the band and you've got the fans, and together really that creates, if you have a lot of people there and a lot of excited people who are standing up and making noise and cheering the team, it can create a lot of confusion for the other team, and it can create a lot of excitement for our home team. So it's a twofold process.
Now, speaking of the band, you mentioned the band. You were in the band, The Sound of the South.
Yes.
So you've been part of the experience, part of the atmosphere for many games. You've been to all the home games and plenty of away games as well.
Right.
So you know what it's like to go to some of those road stadiums and be in a packed house. What is that like?
It's an incredible experience, and it's not impossible for Troy. Troy can do it. Like I said, Troy has a great product because of Larry Blakeney. And what we want to do is to push that fan support to a level to where it matches what the football team is doing. And I think the two of those together is just a great combination.
Now, we were talking a little bit before the interview about some of the loudest experiences we've had in this stadium.
Yes.
And what is your favorite memory? Or maybe not favorite memory, but your loudest memory.
It's definitely not a favorite memory. Some of the loudest ones that we've had were Bowling Green. We've had Oklahoma State's been pretty loud. I wasn't here for Missouri.
I was there for that one, and that was just an incredible experience. And one of the things that helped that one was the Thunder Sticks. I don't know if you remember those, the clapping those together.
We've had those before.
That always helps get it loud.
Definitely. Definitely not my favorite experience, but the loudest it's ever been was when FAU came to us in 2007, and we lost that game, but it was pretty loud because we had a chance to come back.
Right.
We were down 15, 20 points, and we had a chance to take the lead, which would have been 39-38 with maybe a minute left on the clock or something, and pass went incomplete. But
the experience, the atmosphere during those few drives where Troy was coming back was amazing.
It was incredible, and that's what we're looking for. And, even though Troy lost that game, the good thing about Larry Blakeney and the Troy Trojans is they came back in 2008 and won the Sun Belt Conference. Right. And it was, in my opinion, 2008 was the best year they ever had, where a lot of other teams would probably have folded after losing like that at home.
Now, just to give us an idea, what all has gone into this idea at Operation 30,000? How have you got the marketing out there? How have you gotten your voice out there?
We have it started on GoTroyTrojans.com. Okay. It's gone to Facebook. I've developed some YouTube videos, some hype videos, highlight videos from the years before. I've put some of those up. Some of the group members have helped put it on Twitter. So, marketing-wise, we have some ads up in the Trojan Center that's advertising the game on Saturday. So.
Now, did you, and you've done a lot of interviews for this as well, did you really expect all this kind of publicity when you first started this?
And again, the publicity is for Operation 30,000. Right. I don't mind being the center of it, but I'd rather it be about what it is, about football and about getting people in the stands.
And so you're basically a spokesman for the fans, is what you're trying to be.
Sure.
You're trying to get people out there. Now, but it's not only the game that you want people to go to. There's an event before the game that Coach Blakeney always likes to promote.
The biggest thing before the game that people need to go to is called the Trojan Walk, and it's at 3:45. It starts in Sartain, and it goes around the baseball stadium and into the stadium, so into the front gate.
All right, well, good luck this weekend. Hopefully we can get 30,000 for this game. Hopefully we can get 30,000 for all our home games this year. But thank you for being here this week, and good luck on Operation 30,000.
Thank you.
Trojan Sports Now.